Back here on the Golf on CBS show, Shane Johnson, Patrick, fellas, diving a little deeper into the API this week and just some of the storylines that we're looking for, not just this week, but potentially as we push forward the rest of the Florida swing and into the Masters. And I'll kick it off. I mean, I want the big guys to start winning golf tournaments. You know, like I know we got the Scottie Scheffler win out of the gate. I think that the Scottie world, the Rory world, the Xander world, I know we got the Morikawa win, which I think was huge in terms of the PGA Tour golf, but let's see the big boys start to get the victories. Let's see them start to get in the mix. I think we need to start kind of making that push because, as we know, with the PGA Championship move, the run of majors happens and that it happens very fast, and you want those guys to be clicking on all cylinders when you get there. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, Patrick. I want to see the big names start to contend and win these golf tournaments.
Yeah, that kind of feeds into mine, Shane, with a couple big names entering the fold. Justin Thomas making his return from injury. Same with Sungjae Im. I thought Sungjae Im had one of the most impressive seasons in 2025, making his way to the Tour Championship, despite being the second worst iron player on the PGA Tour. I think he lost something like 80 strokes over the course of the season to Scottie Scheffler, only with his iron. So I'm curious to see if he can get those clubs in a comfortable spot, and I'm curious to see if Justin Thomas can put the ball in the fairway consistently. I think the knock on JT these last handful of years, when his game has returned, he has not performed well at major championships during this run, really ever since his win at Southern Hills in 2022. So that all stems from the driver, in my opinion. I don't think he's been a good enough driver to compete at those four tournaments throughout the year, and this is a great test for him to see where his game is, obviously, and where that driver is specifically.
Yeah, one top 10 in the majors since that win in 2022, and that was at the PGA at Valhalla, where he kind of got himself a little bit in the mix throughout that Saturday with the great pitch in. But I mean, you look at some of the numbers, and Patrick, we talked about it last year. Some of the numbers from JT in these majors. I mean, you're talking high 70 rounds in the 80s at times, just completely off the map, really, as he kicks things off. Johnson, what about you as we get into API?
Well, I mean, gosh, what is wrong with world number one, Scottie Scheffler? He can't play first rounds of golf tournaments. I mean, the last 3 weeks, he played 73, 72, 74 in Phoenix, Pebble, and Riviera. And by the way, had they not blown the horn at Riv, he was 5 over par at the time. Who knows what he would have shot? Probably would have missed the cut. But instead, the way he's bounced back to finish T3 at Phoenix, T4 at Pebble, and then 12th out of nowhere at Riviera. He had no business finishing inside the top 15. So will Scottie Scheffler in this Florida swing, he's going to play Bay Hill, he's going to play the Players, can he get off to a good start and just go ahead like you want to see, Shane? You want to see the big guys win. You want to see Scottie just run away with these things? Well, if he doesn't spot the lead shots, I think we're going to see Scottie Scheffler win back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Johnson, this is, to me, I mean, this is when the guy feasts, right? I mean, these are the two golf tournaments in a row that he's won multiple times, that he seems to play his best golf around. I think it's one of those, the level of ball striking typically from Scottie Scheffler, where when guys miss golf shots, he just doesn't. And these are places where when you miss golf shots, you make bogeys or doubles. And when you really don't miss a lot of fairways or a lot of greens, you're going to make a boatload of pars. Then that plays at Bay Hill and that plays at Sawgrass. And so, I mean, to your point on Scottie, this should be a run where he gets at least one win, right?
That's what I'm hoping for. I mean, absolutely. And that's why when we get to our picks, I'm definitely not picking him because I've picked him the other weeks he's played and he hasn't won. So I'm going reverse psychology on this one.
Patrick, how many more bad first rounds until you start to sound the Scottie alarm? Like if he shoots 73 on Thursday at Bay Hill, is this like a thing now? Or do you think it's just every now and again guys play poor golf and it just has happened to be on Thursdays for him?
73 at Bay Hill, I think I could grant him a pass on that, given how difficult that golf course could play. But certainly if it happens through the Players' Championship, I think something's up. But I'm with Johnson. Just getting back on the East Coast, weird stuff happens on the West Coast. He's back on this side of the Mississippi. I think he's going to get off to a nice start this week. But the thing for me with Scheffler is he's always been the king of hitting his approach shots pin high. And that really hasn't been the case, it feels like, the first or the last month on the PGA Tour season. Number 57 in terms of strokes gained approach on the PGA Tour right now. I think you can look at it two ways. One, he's still competing and contending despite that. Two, if he figures that out, watch out, rest of the world.
Patrick, one thing I was going to throw your way as well is I know you've been on this, but does the spider trend continue? Like, do we see another spider win right now?
Dude.
Because I know you've been killing you.
It's disgusting. Everyone's getting bit like Peter Parker. Just absolutely disgusting what's happening right now in professional golf. I mean, I wasn't rooting against Shane Lowry last Sunday, but it was just nice to see a different putter win. We need a blade to get back in the winner's circle here shortly. It's a dying breed right now.
I'm rooting for the Spieth win at Augusta, man. We could get right back in it. That thing is beautiful. Modern day putter that we like to see. I mean, it is wild to see how many spiders. I think 2 wins worldwide this past week. It has been a trend in 2026. All right, we're going to take a break, come back, and make our picks. Fellas, I just got to say, first things first, I'm really proud of our picks this week. I got kind of the note of what we picked in terms of winners at Bay Hill, and very easy in a signature event week to go with Scottie or Rory or Xander, of course, Patrick. But I think we all kind of went a little off the map, which makes me proud. Before we get into who can win, I figure we can start with who cannot win this week at Bay Hill. Johnson, I'll throw it to you to start.
I'm going to start with where Patrick was talking about the 2 guys returning from injury, Justin Thomas and Sungjae M. It's too early. The one time we saw JT was at a TGL event last week and looked rusty. And I think that's exactly what we can expect out of both these guys. I think they're happy to be getting starts going into the Players Championship in this big run of golf, but they're not going to get it done. And I hate to say this, but Jordan Spieth's on my can't win list again. He's only played Bay Hill 3 times. He does have 2 4th place finishes, but when you look at Jordan Spieth, he makes too many big mistakes to win around this golf course because there are big mistakes waiting around every corner. I hope he comes close, but I don't think Jordan can win.
Yeah, I don't. He's not on my list, but I'm not feeling the Jordan Spieth win at Bay Hill either. I don't necessarily think this is like the perfect golf course for Jordan Spieth. What about you, Patrick? Who do you think's not winning this week?
I got to double check because I kind of like both of these lists right now. 2 wins. So let's see. Can't win is Minwoo Lee, despite playing some really good golf. I just don't think it's a Minwoo Lee type golf course, even though, honestly, if he puts the ball in the fairway enough, he gets up and down from everywhere. I can convince myself otherwise. Same as with Hideki Matsuyama.
You can't talk yourself into a guy you're saying is not going to win.
Well, I can. It's called hedging, Shane. Come on. Hideki Matsuyama is not going to win, even though he's playing like a top 5 player in the world at the moment. And then Robert McIntyre. The approach play has been quite poor for him on the West Coast. I don't know what's going on there, but I kind of like, we kind of talked about the international winners. Bobby Mack would fit that bill too, but not this week, at least. Not this week.
Unbelievable. Hedged all of his picks that aren't going to win. That's one way to do it. By the way, Hideki, you mentioned playing great golf. Hideki Patrick Reed, former Masters winner, is going to be very high on my board as we get to Augusta National to pick up a second green jacket. I'm kind of with you in terms of who I feel like is not going to win this week, Patrick. My list, I got Minwoo as well. I don't think Minwoo's going to win, much like the Jordan Spieth thing. I don't think this is a great golf course for him. I don't think Shane Lowry's winning. A lot to take from last week, a lot to deal with in a very short amount of time. It'd be great if he came back and won right away. And then this is just to dig it right into the heart of Patrick McDonald.
What are we doing here?
Winning. I don't see him winning.
He's trending. He's trending.
It's just a pick. I figure we can play right into who you think is going to win, Patrick, because I do not think Xander's winning.
It's going to be Xander Schauffele. He's going to win the Masters too, so we can set up that Grand Slam conversation that Shinnecock Johnson was talking about. Scheffler v. Schauffele there. Tommy Fleetwood, this is another great pro shop opportunity. Great logo there at API. Need to get that before Valspar. He's going to be looking like Hillary Clinton in that meme when he walks into the pro shop there. And then last one, Ricky Fowler. It just seems right Ricky Fowler would win here.
Guy, he should win here. Johnson, who do you feel can win this week?
Obviously, Scottie Scheffler. And I think Jacob Bridgman, I don't think we need to he's not going to pause. He's going to continue to play good golf. He's been working his tail off. Good that he got a week off. But my pick is Jake Knapp. I mean, he hasn't finished worse than 11th all season long. His improvements in his putting from 2 years ago, he's 115 strokes gained putting, 15th last year, 4th this year. That's why we're seeing the consistency we are out of him, because that putter on West Coast greens now. I know he's a West Coast guy, but to be that consistent on the West Coast with your putting says a lot about how you're playing.
Yeah, I mean, I think Scottie's got a real good chance. Obviously, had a lot of success here. I mean, I'm not going out on some sort of a limb talking about Scottie winning at Bay Hill. I think he's got a really good chance to do it. I like Tommy as well. this week. As I said in a previous segment, I want the big boys to start winning. Tommy is officially a big boy, especially if he wins at Bay Hill after what he did late last season. And then my pick's Matt Fitzpatrick. I mean, he's played great at Bay Hill since 2019. Currently the best ball striker on the PGA Tour in terms of statistics. And the putter's been bad, guys. Very, very bad. But if he turns that around a little bit, I think he's got a great chance to continue a really great run here at this golf course. Patrick, you gave us 3 names. Who is your official pick?
I went with Ricky. Just something about him this week I'm feeling. I'm not quite sure. He wore the Arnold Palmer hat to TGL last night. Driver is looking really sharp for Fowler, and that tends to open up the rest of his game.
God, I mean, Anthony Kim picking up the win on Live, and then you get Ricky Fowler at Bay Hill. It feels like if that happened, we would be projecting an incredible 2026 after what we saw last season in terms of the great golf, obviously with Rory winning at Augusta, and you see the 2 majors from Scottie Scheffler. So there are your picks. Ricky Fowler on the board for the first time this season, and officially nobody picking Scottie Scheffler to win at Bay Hill, which means he's probably going to win at Bay Hill.